Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Tuesday. So today is Tuesday, October 28th, and I am going to be using my Advent calendar box. I mean, I don't even really, it has nothing to do with Christmas. So, I mean, I guess you could kind of make Christmas stuff out of it, but it's really not a Christmas box. It's just 13 very cool items. And I've talked about it before, about I think the value is really there, even though it is a little pricey, $99 for the whole box, but I just think it's amazing. So I've made like 6 cards with it, and I'm going to make one today. I love every piece of this, all the product, the stamp set, everything. So let me show you the empty box. Hold on a second. Okay, so this is the empty box, right? And it opened, and then all of the windows were inside, and I opened it on a video, so I showed you all the pieces. Now I'm going to use it. So let's get creative and see what we can make today. Okay, I'm going to use some other products too, so, you know, mix it up. It's cool. So less chatting, more stamping. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you, well, should I show you the cards I made first? I'll show you those at the end, the cards I made. But the stamp set's amazing. So here's the stamp set. I'm going to be using some of that today. I'm also going to be using some designer series paper. The designer series paper that I chose is this one. This is just so me. And it's one-sided, which, you know, it's not as heavy as the two-sided DSP, but a lot of people would probably like it because they hate wasting the one side. So, you know, from that standpoint, you know. So I'm going to be using this, and it's 6x6 paper, but I did cut this one down to 4x5 1/4. It doesn't tell us what colors are in the kit. So I'm kind of figured it out on my own. This is Strawberry Slush, best I can figure. Strawberry Slush, Old Olive, Misty Moonlight. You know, the yellow, I'm assuming, would be Daffodil Delight or Crush Curry. I'm also thinking that that is either, I'm leaning towards Basic Beige. So I'll probably be using some Basic Beige on this today. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the masks. And I love masks. I've always loved them. They're so durable. They're plastic. They're heavy plastic. They are numbered 1 through 4, and it makes them really easy for me to use. So this piece is just under 4x4, and I'm going to just start with the Strawberry Slush ink, and I'm going, it did come with this little brush, this little tiny brush, which is cool, but I have my blending brushes, so I'm just going to use those. There's no reason for me not to. Okay, so let me get a piece of grid paper because I don't want to get ink all over my glass. So I'm just going to use the grid paper underneath this. I hope that's not distracting. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up, and because this paper is just under 4, I don't really need to make this notch. I can kind of figure it out. So I'm just going to start with my Strawberry Slush ink very lightly. I'm going to go real light on the first one. There's actually 4 masks. So I'm just going to be using Strawberry Slush. I'm thinking maybe I should use another color over here. Yeah, I think I will. That'll be really confusing to my little brain. Okay, I think I can make it work. Okay, so there's the first one. And, you know, you can zoom in, right? You can just, as you're watching the video, you can just zoom in. And then the second one is this one. Oh, you know what? Since I'm doing another color, I should just go ahead and do it on the first one also. I'm going to be using Misty Moonlight as my second color. So I'm going to use my blue blending brush, and I'll just do my little blue lightly. Little blue lightly. There we go. Okay, so we got that done. Now I can put number 2 on. And usually I write over these because those numbers are really hard to see. So usually I just write over them with like a black Sharpie. Now I'm just going to use the same color, but I'm going to go darker. And I'm going to do the same thing with the pink. You have to trust the process. So sometimes it looks like it's not lined up, and it's okay because it is, and it works out fine. Okay, so how cool is that? And then I'm going to use Old Olive for the last two. Of course, these. Use Old Olive with my, oh, did I bring my green brush over? Hold on a second. I think I need my green brush. Dark green brush. You probably see I have slippers on. It is raining here today, and I love it. Not really a rain girl, but we needed rain so bad here in St. Louis that whenever it rains now, I like it. Yep, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to go light. Trust the process, Travis. You just said trust the process. The notch is up here, so I'm trusting. Okay, and then the last one is number 4. And I am going to go really dark with this one. You could tape these down. I don't usually tape them down because I just hold them with my fingers, but you can if you prefer. Feel free to give them a little tape. Voila. Love it. Okay, now I have to decide how I'm going to use this. So on one of my cards, I actually kind of altered it. I moved the masks around to make these closer together because I wanted this smaller. But on this card, I decided to just go straight the way it was designed and then cut it down a little bit. So I'm going to use my Strawberry Slush cardstock. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to fold this in half. I did not score it, which is fine. Okay, and then I have my DSP. Okay, I'm not going to glue that down yet. I did have a little scrap of the Strawberry Slush, so what I did was I cut this out of the Everyday Arches. Do you have the Everyday Arches dies? If you do, they are lovely. There are 10 of them, and they are all different sizes, right? And they all line up, and they nest. So I have that. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And then with the kit, I should show you a few other things that came with the kit besides what I just showed you, which is the masks and the DSP. We got like baker's twine. Okay, so I'll probably be using a little bit of that. We got these, which are the like the postage stamp dies. So I cut one of these out of white, the smallest one, the smallest square out of white. So I'm going to use that. Yeah, I mean, 2 sets of dies, okay? And one of the other dies is this set. And it had flowers, leaves. And so I cut out of this leaf, of this flower, 2 of these in Misty Moonlight. And I love these flowers. So I'm going to use those. What the heck? I'm just going to, this is going to be a layering extravaganza. I am going to do a lot of layering and see what you think. Okay. And then I have, they gave us these little gold. They're gorgeous. And I love them. And there's a ton of them, which suits me just fine. Of course, we have, this is cool too. These are embossed, pre-embossed cards. So there's 2 different ones, and there's actually 6 in here. So those are pre-embossed. We have this gold, and I have used this actually. It's like gold glue, glitter glue, which is unusual because Stampin' Up! Doesn't even carry this product. So, hey. And then here's some more little ephemera, little goodies. Oh, and then there's this. Speaking of ephemera, made me think of this. So I am going to use one of these today too, I think, because this coordinates with the DSP that I chose, and you know, so let's start. I'm going to stamp a sentiment. I don't have a very big piece here, so I have to make a small sentiment, but there's tons of choices, 24 stamps. So I'm thinking of either, always in my heart. Oh, that would be so cute. That would be that fits on there. That would be a really cute little sentiment for my daughter. She's got a birthday coming up, so hey. So I think I will do this in Misty Moonlight. See if it fits on this little piece. Always in my heart. Oh, now this will be from her dad and me, but again, I can do it sideways. And I'll make sure how it stamps first. Yeah. So always test out your stamps ahead of time to make sure they stamp well. Always in my heart. Okay, so I have that done. And then, so I have all these pieces now. Oh, it's getting exciting. Okay, so close this up. I think I'm ready to start assembling. I think I'm going to trim this down, and I need my paper trimmer right here. Paper trimmer. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to cut some of this white off. And I don't care if it's, I actually don't care if it's a square or whatever. I'm just going to start trimming and see how much I need to trim off. See, it's getting smaller and smaller. Let's see. Trim a little more off the top. Okay, let's go with that for now. Now, I have an idea. I don't really know if I like that stark white. Okay, so I have my basic beige pad, and I did this with the other ones, and I ended up loving it on the other cards I'm going to show you, but I'm going to use my basic beige. I'm just going to fill in some of this whiteness. So basic beige is, I have to tell you, I love it, but it's an unusual color. It's really not beige. It's got more of a green tint to it. So I don't know if you've experienced that, but I have. But I just love what it does to this white cardstock. So can you see how it just brings the, actually it just gives it like a softness. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so we're going to go with that. I like it so far. I'm liking it, liking it. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this now. All right, so here's our card. Now I have to kind of lay it out before I glue it together. So I was thinking that maybe this could go on here. I like layers. So I'm going to layer it up. I don't know if I'm going to put this on here first. I'm going to layer this up. I'm going to have some of these on here. And I don't know if I might have one popped up. I have my sentiment on here. Oh, it's so feminine and so cute. I'm going to bring in some baker's twine. I think I'm going to use the pink. Oh, getting these started though. There was actually a thing on Facebook, and it was like, how do I get this started? People were like, yeah, oh, look how lucky I got. Finding the end is not easy. All right, so which ones do we like? I'm not going to use the cupcake. Oh, there's a bow. So cute. There's a tulip, some cherries, a blue bow, a yellow flower, oh, a heart, a little bird. Oh my gosh, look at that little bird. Gosh. Some leaves, strawberry, a little tag. Oh, see, there's that basic beige, I think. A butterfly. I might go with the butterfly. I kind of like that. Okay. All right. So, first thing I'm going to do is, before I glue this down, I'm going to put some baker's twine on here. I'm just going to wrap this around a few times. Okay. They gave us a nice roll, so no need to scrimp. Okay. So let's see. Tie me a little bow over here. I can make this work. And I'm not good at this twine stuff. Ugh. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I have these tweezers, and these are actually very helpful. So these are like for when you're embossing. Look, it's like a third hand. So I'm going to use that. See, like pinchers. Look at that. And I'm going to leave it kind of big and loopy. Okay, and then I want to put a little mini glue dot underneath because that helps hold everything still. So I'm just going to put a little glue dot right underneath, right there. Take this off. There we go. And now give it a little push. And now that bow's, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. There we go. Okay, liking it. Okay, so I use that. Now I can go ahead and adhere this to my card base. So if you like longer videos, you're probably liking this one. I know Cheryl, if you're watching, you're loving it. She likes longer videos. Okay, I have that. Then I have this. And I might just tuck that underneath. Okay, just tuck that under right there. I'll move that up a little higher. Never mind, I'm not going to tuck it under. Okay, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on my butterfly, just to have it ready to go. So I don't need to put that on later. Okay, now I have this. So I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to put a little lower. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this now. I'll put a lot of adhesive on here because if you like layers, you're like me. I love a bunch of layers. Okay, and then I have these cuties. One of them I'm just going to glue down, and the other one I'm going to pop up. So put a little glue on here. I have my little silicone glue brush, but I don't think I need it. It's gonna stick. I think so. Okay. And now I need a little piece. I don't need a whole one. I just need a piece here on here. And I am going to take my little bone folder and I'm just going to gently curl the edges up a little to give it a little more dimension. And now I can add this right here. I don't want to cover that flower up. Maybe I'll just put it, maybe I'll put it down here. How about there? Okay, so I have my butterfly. And then I have my little sentiment. I'm going to pop my sentiment up too. Okay, there is just so much to play with this, guys. It is amazing kit. Amazing. So I took obviously I took all the pieces out of the box, and I'm keeping it in an old paper pumpkin box. Okay, so I'm going to kind of have this come up like that. Oh, so cute. All right, now I have these. Now, when you open these, it can be a disaster. Not careful. Gotta be careful. how careful I'm being. Line 1 is 3, and look how lucky I was. I got 3. I'm going to put some of these on here. I think I'll put one right on that flower, one right here, and one up here. Yeah, these, they're not completely flat. These have a little bit of a dimension to them. Which ones do I want down here? I guess I'll put the bigger one down here. There's different sizes. Some are small and some are bigger. One side's flat, and one side's kind of bumped up. So you got to get the flat side down. Oh, I love it. So cute. Hope you like it. Okay, so I do have a white piece for the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and put that inside. This is 5 by 3 3/4. So what that does is it gives you a little bit wider border inside. It's not so skinny. Ta-da. I love it. Okay, let me show you the other cards I made. Okay, so I originally started and I saw this card. I pretty much cased this one. Okay, it's got a lot of strawberry slush on it, right? This is a new embossing folder. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a new embossing folder. It's going to be available, I think, November 4th. So it's coming up. But you can see that I used this glitter glue on these. I used the glitter glue, and there you go. And big thanks is from the stamp set. And this flowers and leaves are from the stamp set. Okay, so there's that one. And then I made this one. And on this one I used Pretty in Pink, but then I also used Petunia Pop. So I used Petunia Pop ribbon. And then, oh, I didn't show you these, but these came in the kit also. They're like these little white ephemera. And then I ran it through an embossing folder, an old embossing folder. I think it's called Glass and Gardens. Might be back ordered right now, but I think it'll be available again. I used some more of those gold dots that I just put on this card. Okay, so there's that. And then this one, okay, so this card, I actually used some DSP, some of the DSP. This was from a ephemera pack. But, okay, so these postage stamp dies are square, but you can manipulate them and you can make these work. You can actually make these rectangle. So when you run them through, you just won't put the top layer all the way on. You kind of keep it off. And so I manipulated it. So the first one I made this, I did not do that. All I did was, you know, cut those out of old olive cardstock. But the second one, I was like, oh, let's give it a whirl. So these two cards, Thinking of You and Sorry for Your Loss, those sayings are from that pull-off sentiments. Those aren't from the kit. Okay, and then today I made, while I was just playing with the masks, I made this one. So this is, this DSP is called, if you love it, I do, it's called, hold on, I'll tell you. It's called Peaceful Garden. It's in the mini catalog, the current mini catalog. So those two pieces of DSP, and then I went ahead and did the masks. The Birthday Wishes sentiment is from the stamp set, from the kit. And there you go. So I did that one. And then this one is another one that I did today. I had never used this piece of designer series paper, but I ended up loving it. So I thought it's bold, right? But it's not, I don't think it's that distracting. And this is the one where I kind of manipulated, where I did the masking. I kind of squeezed them together. And so I played with it. And Thinking of You is from the stamp set. I just cut it out. I punched it out of some circles that I had. Okay, so we have these 6 cards now from the kit. This might be my favorite, actually. I really like this. I don't know, I'm a pink girl, so I really like it. Now, cleaning your masks. So I used to take these to the sink and, you know, make some, you know, put them under the faucet, make a big deal out of it. Well, I decided, since I'm using these a lot, take a little water. Just spritz a little water and clean them with a paper towel. Or if you have, you know, so much easier. You don't have to dry them. They're very, very, very easy to clean. And just be a little careful. You know, don't be over aggressive when you're cleaning them because they're heavy duty plastic, but you know, you don't want to mess up your masks. Okay, so that's all I do is just clean them like that, and then they're ready to go. I don't have to worry about drying them or anything. And I'm just using water. That's an old spritz bottle, but it's just got water in it. Okay, so these will be ready for me to use again. And this kit is amazing. I hope it's still available if you're interested in getting one. I don't blame you. It's amazing. Again, $99, but what the heck. It's only money and fun to play with. So thanks for watching today. My name is Trevis Bossler, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in St. Louis, Missouri. I will see you on Friday. Friday's Halloween. My husband's getting surgery on Wednesday, tomorrow. And, but I'll be here. He's getting a knee replacement. So I'm going to be doing a lot of crafting at home because I'm going to be taking care of him. So thanks for watching today, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.